Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Creeper World 4. That is right, we are back, heading in the colony section yet again for a series of 3 small maps. That's right, we're going to be doing Organizational Fluid 1, 2, and 3. I was playing these in my free time just for fun, and I realized there's 3 small little cute maps, so I want to give them a go and share them. So give them a go yourself as well. As you warp to this strangely organized plane, you think if this might be the start of something dangerous. Oh my, so is this the start of something dangerous? Well, we know there's at least 3 maps, so yeah, I guess it is. We have an emitter. We're doing 25 every 2 seconds. We have 1 miner, 1 cannon, 1 mortar, and 1 nullifier. So this is just a tiny little puzzle map. So we are going to be building our towers first. Always get your power if you can. Power is good. And then we're going to be going for a cannon. That's right, the cannon. We'll turn it up to 2 times speed, let it build a little bit quicker. This is coming in. So there we go. You know, not too bad, not too bad. Still, it takes its time to go down these little paths, and look at this. The drop, the shot. Oh man, it's going down. One thing I do find funny, when this has to shoot, like over here, it actually spins around to the right. You know, it could easily spin to the left, but it spins to the right. And here we go. We are already almost done with the first set of creep. There we go. So, more power, because power is good. Then we're going to do a miner. Now, one thing to note about the miner is, while that is building, no ammo is actually going to this cannon. That's right. As you can see, no more ammo. So we may have to do a little bit of a dance, if you will, should the creep get too close. So it is getting pretty close. So let's just turn it off, let it clean up a little bit, and turn it back on. And we completed. Fantastic. Now, one thing to note. A mortar over here, it's only going to hit really over here. So we're actually going to play a little bit of a dance right here. We're going to move the cannon over here. We're going to put the mortar over here. And the mortar can now hit the emitter, that line, basically everything. So this mortar, this cannon, they're going to do the job. And that should essentially finish up the map, really. So once the mortar is built, we're going to make our cannon move a wee little bit. So there we go. Let's get our cannon over there. And let's plan for the nullification, right? So we're basically letting nullification the cannon survive. The creep is coming down, but it's not too bad. Ooh, nullifier going down. And that's the first tiny little map. There are little optimizations that we can do because clearly our energy isn't perfect, so we can make it so there's always energy going to the nullifier. I'm not going to do those little optimizations for now. There will be plenty of little optimizations in the future maps. So yeah, let's get going. Boom, boom, boom. And this is Organizational Fluid 1. I'll also read the little starter text. I probably should have done that first, but let's do that now. As you can see, I have a better time with some more optimization. I was just, again, playing around, having some fun, and seeing how it goes. So here we go. This is my first map ever created. Hope you enjoy. Since this is my first map, it's pretty easy, IMO. So that is the first one. This is the second one. This is the second map in my Organizational Fluid series. Recommended to play the first map before playing this one, which we have done. Hope you enjoy, and we shall. I hope. I hope we shall. After that anomalous world, your rift engine seems to be forced to warp to this world. So we are forced into warping to this world. That is right. We have an emitter do every 20 seconds, or 20 every 0.5 seconds. Holy moly. And we have 2 stashes that are going to be pooping out 100 creep or 200 creep. I don't know how stashes work. I know they double the creep into it, but does that mean that it absorbs 50 and poops out 100, or it absorbs 100 and poops out 200? That I don't know for sure. But what I do know is there's a bit of a hump here and things like that, so we're going to be doing this one top down. So step 1, as with before, get your power situated. So what's a good place? This is pretty good. That's 61. I kind of like the look of that. And yeah, let's get going with these 2, and then we can get another 16 with 1 over here, right? So let's do that as well. So we'll get these 2, get another one. And then we're going to go straight into a cannon. That's right. Same thing as before, except this one, we're not going to have fire right away. Now, the reason I don't want fire is it's just gonna, if it's firing right away, it's just going to fire into this line and this line, and it's not going to do very much. I want to wait till the creep is much further up to make more use of my energy, but I also want to get started on a turp. So we are going to get started on a turp. We're going to place it down. It's going to start getting built. This is getting its ammo. So as you can see, the ammo's still building up, which is pretty good. And now we're going to turn it on, right? Now that the creep is getting to the point where it's going to be impacting our energy generation, we're going to start turning it on. It will still fire into the main masses every so often, but it's primarily taking out that front edge, and that's what we want to see. And while this is going, we're going to plan our terraforming. So we're going to terraform this down, we're going to terraform this down, and we're going to decontaminate the world. Maybe we don't need to decontaminate the world, but you know what? I want to. It's contaminated land. Get rid of it. Nearest first, of course, and we'll also have supply off. Once it's built, it will send out its drone. It won't send out its drone a second time once it returns, but when it's built, it will send out a drone, and the drone does have full energy, so we actually don't need to supply it right away. We will later. We will later, for sure. But right now, we don't, so I'm pretty okay with this. Here we go. We're almost built, which is grand. So we're going to start going. Maybe I shouldn't. Nearest first is fine. We are going for a second cannon next. So we're actually going to be building it on this side because this is covered with a tower. So we're going to wait. Realistically, we should have just done this first. That would have been most optimal. You know what? I don't always play optimal. I think that's pretty clear as well. And there we go. Now we have a cannon on this side as well. And this one, just like before, we're not going to supply. Oh, no, not supply. We're not going to arm it. So we're not arming it because we want to make sure we have a lot of energy in reserve. Why do we want energy in reserve? Well, as you saw before, when a cannon, or when a miner is being built, the cannon will not get energy. So we want as much energy as possible built up before we start building this this lovely miner. So yeah, that's pretty much the plan. We're gonna fill these bad boys up with energy. As you can see, the energy is actually going down. Slight problem, not the end of the world, but a slight problem. But that's okay, because now that this is built, we have enough energy that it's actually starting to go up again. And now that both are basically full, we're gonna arm this bad boy, and as soon as we can, which I think is now, we're going to place a miner. So, perfect, the miner is on. And now our goal is to fill this up. Now, we want to fill this up. Their energy is looking pretty good so far. And this is holding it back perfectly. But now they're out of energy. Our miner is doing fine, but we will have to turn them off from time to time, or turn off the miner from time to time to allow the cannons to push back the creep. As you can see, it is coming in. Ooh, that was close. Okay. That was a little risky. Going top down is much easier because you can actually see its pathing like super well. I was trying to show it from the side, and it's a little spooky from the side. So we want to just get energy by energy. We want to fill this bad boy up. So, okay, should be able to shoot a couple more times, get a little bit more energy. We're at 34. We're so freaking close. And it's very, very, very easy to be greedy. Again, I only need 2 more, but I gave them a little bit more energy. So now we finish. We have all the energy in the world, which is amazing. As you can see, they're able to start shooting very easily, and we can even now just put down our next miner basically without fear, because now you can actually see energy going over here, but they're also still getting ammo. It's not much, don't get me wrong, we're still in a deficit and it's not much, but it's enough for them to keep shooting, and as long as they keep shooting, then we will survive. So, maybe we want to... No, they can do it, we can do it. I believe in the Kanans. Fingers crossed. I think we got it, though. I think we got it. So here we go. It's perfect. The mine is up. We are going to now shift our little towers, which is grand. We can even fill this with ammo, which should decontaminate this, which is great. We do want that decontaminated eventually. And we can start on our mortar, our single mortar that we are allowed. We are only allowed the one. We have 1 mortar, 1 nullifier, all that good stuff. But yeah, there we go. We're in a pretty decent holding place. As you can see, decontamination has happened, which is great, because now we can start to put some things down here. I'm not going to do that quite yet, because there's no real point at the moment. But that's okay. This is almost filled with ammo as well, and once this is full, again, more energy for everything. Realistically, filling this up does not help the long term, but in the short term, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. The mortar, though, is going to do the big work, right? This mortar is going to just start shredding the land, and that's what we want to see, right? You can even see it shredding to the point where you're getting decontamination right away, which is awesome. And you can see the creep just starting to really thin out already. Get to the point, I mean, the goal will be to be able to land, say, a cannon over here. I don't know if these stashes are working. I will... Oh, nope, there they go. So they just have a little bit of a delay. So the stashes do have a little bit of a delay, but there we go. We got a cannon on land, which is amazing. And we're actually... Ooh. This is perfect, though. One big goal is I do want to get my Terp to one side. I do want it to be nearest first, but I really want it to work on one side more than another, right? Because, oddly enough, we just want our Terp to be working. So, oh, that's because I have a tower there. That's my problem. So this should actually work. Oh, no. I think we got it. Whew, that cannon was just good enough. And now I'm going to move my Terp to one side. Because I want it to be nearest first, but again, I'd rather it work on one side versus another. So we'll toss down a couple of these, though. These will do good work for energy generation. And again, we don't have much. So that's another 6. I'll take it. I'll put one over there. And yeah, we're at the point where we can really start to push this in. We have a good storage. We can, if we want, toss down another Terp. Might not be a bad idea. Oh, unit limit. I didn't even realize we only had one. Look at that. So it looks like we want just some more cannons, right? So let's toss down another cannon on each side. And again, this Terp is focusing primarily on this side, working forward. Now, what's the next goal, right? So if we look at the map, we cannot put a nullifier anywhere. This is a very hilly landscape, as you can see. So we're going to have to clear that up, of course, right? So let's plan our Terpenstein. And, yeah, toss that down to a 1. Get rid of decontamination, and we're going to extend... Oh, no. We want it to be whatever height this is. Extend it out by 1 on all sides. And we want to increase it by 1 on the inside as well. Both the outside and the inside. This gives us a little platform to stand on. And then, on top of that... there we go. On top of that, we can have a little space where the creep can flow, and it won't actually hit our unit while flowing. So it's sort of a double duty spot right there. And yeah, we're just being effective right now. Let's move you up, which is grand. Yeah, we're just sort of getting as many cannons as power will allow at the moment. And yeah, that's gonna be fine. So the decontamination is almost done. We're almost to the point where we are, filling everything out. I guess right there? Sure. Yeah, because that'll reach the top, which is grand. And this should actually start to get those 3s built. Because again, it's on closest first. That's why I want to move it to one side versus another, because now we're actually building our settlement, if you will. However you want to put it. We can even move some more units over here. I'll move you up. And yeah, we can start moving things to the top here, right? So these two might be in danger. So that is the problem, because if this starts to flow down, it could cause some issues. But I think we're kind of okay. We might even be able to get... Ooh, I don't have enough room for the nullifier, unfortunately. So let's... oh, that might be enough. There we go. Is that the nullifier? Oh, no, we can't. Oh, we need that one. Ah, boo. So our goal is to get the nullifier right here. Come on. There we go. Nullifier going in. And then we want to move in another unit onto the other side, of course. So as you can see, there's a little bit of space here, so if the creep was coming down, they would still be safe. But yeah, we're in the good, as it were. And we have plenty of power, plenty of cannons. And you can see that one took a little bit of damage, but if we just back it up that one space, now it will no longer take damage. And that's the entire point of that. So yeah, we've... conquered the second map. Our usage is too high. We could again do energy manipulation where, hey, these are full, turn them off, allow the nullifier to do its thing. Feels pretty good, but hey, I'm okay with where we're at, with what we're doing. We probably only need 2 cannons here anyway for firing, not necessarily 4, but hey, it's okay. The nullifier is going up. We're doing fine. And this is Organizational Fluid 2. So let's get that done. 4 more energy. Beautiful. There we go. Objective obtained. I think I actually did this way better than my previous ones. Look at that. I cut off nearly a minute and change, so under the 9-minute time. Feel pretty good about that. Oh, I'll submit it. Again, I was just messing around with these, trying to make little improvements here and there, and I had more improvements I could have made there, so good on that. That shows as you do iterations, it just gets better and better. This one I have not completed, so I was like, oh man, I should just play these. So I haven't completed this one, so let's get going. Let's go to the info. This is the 3rd map of the series. Playing the previous ones are recommended, and hope we enjoy. So fantastic. I hope we do as well. It seems that every time you warp, these worlds are becoming increasingly dangerous. Hopefully whatever threat shows next can be swiftly dealt with. So what threat do we have this time? We have an emitter that's doing 10 every 2.5 seconds. We have an emitter doing 10 every 1, or 20 every 1, 40 every 1, and then 40 every 0.5. We also have these pips on the world. So these pips are problematic because they prevent you from building things. So same thing, we're prevented from building over here, over here, over here. So that is a slight concern. So I'm actually going to start by just terraforming the world as necessary, right? So we're just going to copy whatever height this is, this island, terraform all of that. This island, just terraform all of that. We know we're going to need to do this eventually, so we might as well just do it now, right? Just terraform it all. We're doing pretty good. Don't have to worry about terraforming ever again. We have 1 terp anyway, and realistically we don't need more than that. And yeah, what is our goal? Our goal will be to get a cannon as soon as possible. So we're going to toss down our first source of power and plan a cannon. That's right, cannon will be right next to it. Now, this source of power may get eliminated, but the goal is that it will hopefully provide us more power than it, has. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't get eliminated, but maybe it will. We shall see. The creep is coming, as you can see. It is steadily, it's very slowly. Again, it's 10 every 2.5. The cannon is built, so if the cannon can protect it, then I'm super, super happy. Unfortunately, the cannon wants to shoot that way more than anything else, so I think we're going to lose our power. So I'm moving it slightly so it doesn't shoot behind itself, because that is a little maybe building it right here would have been better. But now we can get this power back. So the power coming back, very good for us. And we're going to move it forward ever so slightly again. And I think we're good. Okay, now it should be out of range from down there, so now it should just deal with this one island. That's all we really wanted to do, of course, just deal with this one island. So I think we're pretty good. Let's move it forward again, clear off this corner, because miners are good, of course. So we're definitely going to want that. It can connect up to the base, so once this creep, once this creep is gone, like that, we can slap down a miner. And yeah, I think this is fairly under control. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And that is the first little island. So we've done it. We have our island. Feeling pretty good about it. In fact, we have our island so good that we can even really, really toss these in. Now this needs... you know what? That's going to provide us so much more power. And giving... Actually... thinking about it, we have a storage, so yeah, let's put our storage entirely into that. There we go. Turn those on. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Ooh, and we hit the creeper cap. That is right. We are capped at our creeper limit, which is fantastic. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I'm gonna park you right here. That's your permanent home now. Fortunately or unfortunately for you, it's really all we can ask for. And yes, we are gonna have nearest first. So now we have energy coming in. I'm not building a nullifier because a nullifier is actually much more energy than the sheer amount of ammo that's going to need. But we will build a couple more cannons. We will need a factory as well. So Luckily, once we clear the pips, the factory will be fine, but we can also grab another miner, of course. And, you know, miners are good. So let's make sure we get that other miner on the go as soon as possible, because we definitely need it. There we go. That should be the last pip. Miner going down. And factory can also go down right in the center. Feels pretty good. And yeah, we're also going to decontaminate the land, because why not? And yes, with the miner in the factory, our deficit, it's not the best right now. Not the worst, but not the best. So, now we have options, right? We can go over here, and this is 20 every 1 second. I'll get us some more miners. We can also go up here. Now, how do we go up here? I mean, this is 40 every 0.5 seconds. We have so little power. How is that even possible, right? Well, we're at the creeper cap. So if we focus all of our energy over here, these will grow, but that's it, right? These will grow, and then this will eventually run dry, and we can actually eliminate the strongest one first. And that's what I think I want to do. Even though there's more energy over here, I think I really want to go for the strongest one first. So I think that is my plan. So we are going to toss down some mortars. Now, one key thing with mortars, see, if you see this mortar here, it can actually shoot over there. And I don't want it to shoot anywhere other than over here. So we are going to be a little careful of that. Oh, we can't put anything behind it. I built the factory in a very poor place. I should have put it one more over. We are also going to need a missile, and we're going to need another cannon. So we're going to toss the cannon over here. Honestly, I think the factory is in such a bad place, I am going to move it just like that, because I want a second mortar. So now we can fit another mortar, which will be useful, of course. So once these build up, building that factory is very disappointing for me, though. That is very sad. Thankfully, again, this is so small that we have no need for anything other than a cannon there. So as you can see, a tiny bit of creep comes out. The cannon handles it. Thankfully, there's plenty, you know, moving the factory didn't do that much. It was more of a nuisance than anything. And again, our energy is very, very, very dry. We can get a tiny bit more by going over here. Now, we can't go around there, but we can get a tiny bit more over there because it's going to go under our base. So that's good news. And you know what? 5 more. It's only 5 more, but you know what? It's 5 more than we had. So I will take it. Now, the key is, you can see this starting to drain, but these are actually increasing. So you can see that is growing, and nothing is stopping it. This is growing, and nothing is stopping it. And that's kind of the goal right now. Just let it grow, have nothing stop it, and let these be bigger, because this is going to be the hard one in the end. And yeah, a deficit, we can handle a deficit, right? We can handle being weak. We can handle all of that stuff. As you can see, the creeper limit is actually at its minimum, so not minimum, but where we want it. I'm gonna arm off this, let this fill up to full as well. Another note. And our goal will be to push back to the point where this bad boy can actually start to do some stuff. So now we're going to turn it back on, let it shoot. Hopefully we can get this pip. Once this pip goes, we are in the good. So we may want another cannon, mortar, just to fill it out. But you can see, look at how drained this already is. And this is, again, the strongest emitter. So I really... Oh, there we go. We're starting to get pips gone. That's what I wanted to see. Oh, stop clicking the factory. Click that unit right there and move them to the top. That's right. Ooh, that's the pip I wanted gone. So move to the corner, please. There we go. So now we're already taking the corner with our unit, and it is getting powered from our base, so it doesn't matter. And we can even start to plan to get power like this. So looks like we're actually pushing back pretty strong. And yeah, I think we have taken it. Now these have grown, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. I have no problems with that growing. The key is to just use the power that we have as we have it. Perfect. This mortar shooting the emitter is even better. Again, just the whole area is basically completely clear now, so easy peasy. Oh, see, the problem is this mortar, see, it's shooting the wrong side. So we actually have to get that out of there. No shooty that side. and go on back. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We have the land that we wanted, and we're going to cover it with power, right? I mean, the power is the most important thing in the world to us right now. Unfortunately, there's a little tiny bit of creep. It's just kind of eked on in. I guess we need a little bit more there, and a little bit there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So now we have power, which is grand. We have 2 cannons. These cannons are going to stay here essentially permanently. Just in case something happens and we lose this nullifier, I want to have 2 cannons on guard, and you know what, maybe a mortar too. So we're going to keep the nullifier though. The nullifier, the furthest back is about there, so that nullifier can be there. This can go there, and now we have 2 cannons and a mortar able to shoot that. We have our nullifier going down, and we are not going to proceed until this nullifier is built, because I don't want to start shooting this and have this really crop up. I mean, we have enough ammo, but it's not necessarily a waste. It's just our energy reserve is not that high. I am trying to build up some forces for future assaults. You know, get a couple cannons, get a couple of mortars. Oh, and we can get a tiny bit more energy right there. Again, it's not much energy, but not much energy is more than none, and I really like more than none. So now we can actually start planning. The nullifier almost fully operational. Let's start moving our mortars over. So mortar, 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 and a mortar. These mortars, now we're going... Oh, so to explain what I'm doing next, we could now go for the second strongest one. But I think no matter where we go, we're going to go under the creeper limit, no matter what. So if we're going under the creeper limit permanently, we may as well go for the weakest, because it's going, we're going to be fighting something that's always on, then it doesn't matter where we fight. We want to just win, right? So that's kind of the goal right now, is just to win. And yeah, there we go. I think I moved the mortar from over there. I think we're going to be okay though. And as you can see, the creeper limit is dropping, so this is going to be always on. Like if we were fighting this side, it would be the exact same thing. So that is in essence why I am just fighting this side, because the creeper, look at how fast the creeper limit is dropping, right? Now our usage is getting lower. Oh no! I moved the all-important cannon. The one cannon that was keeping this one down. We lost our factory. Again, the factory really doesn't matter. So that was silly of me. Doesn't matter in the slightest. Just a silliness of mine. We'll replace the factory. But honestly, the factory is the least important thing here. So that's actually funny. But hey, it just goes to show that my mind does not work as well as my thought processes. Now, we are in a slight problem, because we cannot have this emitter ever come back online, right? So whatever we do, we have to make sure that that emitter stays nullified. And that is the big thing. So I'm going to actually turn off all of my mortars for now, and primarily use cannons. Just 2. 2 should be enough. And a nullifier right there. Because our goal is to, once we nullify both, we can get some more of these delicious, delicious miners. And then we should be in a state where we're okay. Wait, how did... Oh, did that really not have enough red on? Oh, wow. I mean, it's perfectly fine. We'll just turn you on for a second. Ew. Oh, really? Do we have to turn them all on? Was it that much creep? There we go. Okay. And turn these off. So I guess the question is, can we build a miner here? I mean, we do have... I don't think so. No. So we do have to wait for this nullifier. We are pushing up against our generation, but we're doing fine. Again, if this nullifier was on, we did have to rebuild a factory, but this nullifier would take up a lot more power than 1 shot every couple of seconds, or 2 shots every couple of seconds. So that is why I'm doing it that way. This going on will be fantastic, because now we get 2 more miners, right? 2 miners going down. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. That's going to be just a huge bit of power. Our storage is going down a wee little bit, but 2 miners are totally worth it. So I think 4 mortars should be good. They might want a 5th, but once these are up, we're just gonna fly these over here. Yeah, and turn them all on. So now we have the assault coming in. Let's move this so it can shoot. Might as well leave this here for defense again. And I'm going to move this one over here to shoot, because our goal is just a dream. And again, it never reached cap. So we are basically pushing our limits on energy. So we're basically exactly where we want to be. Going to just over generation. So we are going to have to take our time. But again, you can see this is going down pretty handily. We'll move this over. Or is over here better? Yeah, over here is better. It will get everything up top. So fantastic. And again, our goal is, as long as these nullifiers don't run dry, we are good. So that's essentially the map. Again, we will need a nullifier down here eventually, but not right away. So as you can see, our storage is steadily going down, and that's the quote-unquote problem, right? Your storage just steadily decreases. But we're going to move this bad boy up here, which is good, and we're going to actually, hopefully, get some more power right away. So, might not be much. Again, it might not be much power, but it might just be enough power. So, with that, yeah, you can actually see our storage actually going slightly up. We can move our mortars into place. And yeah, this should be the end of the creep. So, with the mortar shooting, storage is looking a-okay. So from here, we have our cannons move up. The mortars are firing. Nullifiers, you actually move up. Nullifiers, there we go. Double. And nullifiers. So now we can nullify down here. So now our key is just make sure we're using less than total storage. We are still storing, but I want a wee bit more energy, so let's just do that, because we're not going to be able to get that. Now our storage is too high, but mortars are very expensive, and we no longer need them with the 2 cannons there. We'll leave 1 mortar, but with 3 gone, we can actually see our storage and deficit sort of flip-flopping. So that's actually very good news, right? Let's turn this one off and see what happens to our deficit. Does that change the universe? Look at that, our storage is actually going up just by turning off the mortars. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And that is the map. Maybe going just the lower route would be better, and just taking the route, decided. I don't know. I kind of like doing it this way. I'm going to build these just because, they're there to be built. They should be. They deserve it. They earned it. I mean, I guess they didn't, but, it's nice. It'll only take 2 seconds with that. Buzzinga. And we are out of here. So this has been a series of 3 small maps. I hope you enjoyed it. How did I do on time? So was it 12:11? Could be a little bit faster if I didn't lose the factory. It was probably going to be a wee bit better. So I feel pretty good about that. I really like doing it that way. And if you don't mess up, it can be even faster. So hope you enjoyed. Kick my butt on the town, of course. Check them out. Have a wonderful day. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Take care.